Well, hello. We're here today with little baby Ronan and his parents, Shannon and Tom. And Ronan's got a pretty amazing story, and we're going to go through some of his history. It's quite a bit of history, but Mom and Dad's going to kind of sum it up for us. But he's been coming to us for a little over 3 weeks now, and let's just see what's happened. So, Shannon or Tom, why don't you just take us through some of the history?
Sure. Ronan was born with a congenital heart defect called transposition of the great arteries. He also had quite a few other problems. He had a tongue tie and upper lip tie, which caused a lot of problems. He had some pretty bad reflux and various other things that caused quite a good deal of issues. And eventually torticollis ended up developing, and so he wasn't getting all of his milestones that he should be making. He wasn't really rolling or doing a lot of things because he was so tense that he wouldn't loosen up to grab things or roll over. So he ended up coming to a different chiropractor who referred us out because it just wasn't working, and we came here, and it's been such a great transformation.
All right, we'll step in for a moment. So we're going to actually check Ronan for his adjustment, and then we just got a couple more questions for Mom and Dad. So why don't you guys stand on up? We can sit right over on the bench there. Mom, if you want to just lay Ronan right on down, that would be great. Hey, buddy. You want to keep that in there? We can pull it out. Maybe we'll listen to your voice a little bit. Yeah, big smile. So, yeah, so you came in, and he was having quite a lot of the stuff that you were just talking about, and we adjusted him on, I think it was a Monday, and I think I saw you again either Wednesday or Thursday. So what were some of the things that kind of happened just after that first adjustment?
He started to open his hands up more, and his reflux got fewer and farther between, and he actually started to be able to do tummy time, which was not something that we could even think about doing with him beforehand.
Yeah.
Because he'd panic and scream.
He was able to turn his neck in both directions, where before he definitely had a restriction.
Yeah.
And that was the big one.
Good. So he was on his stomach now, kind of lifting his head, obviously, to look around. You mentioned the reflux, so you know we went a few more visits. And now we're about a week or two into care. What were some of the other things you started noticing?
Well, he's off his reflux medication altogether.
Come on, closer. Take a look at him. Okay, so he's off his reflux altogether. Medication. And how's he doing without it?
He's doing great. Now when he spits up, it's just like this little itty bitty bit, more like a booger, less like he's.
I think that was Dad's description. Dad, you told me in there just a couple of minutes ago, before we saw him. How did you describe his reflux?
It was projectile, and actually it had started off just about everything he was eating was coming back up. So with that, he was unable to gain the proper amount of weight, and we were diagnosed with failure to thrive. And just recently, he got a pretty good bill of health from his pediatrician.
Awesome.
And even more, and going more recently, he's drinking the bottle down like a champ. He's eating fruits like a champ, and he's keeping 99.9% of it down. Good.
So I'll share a little secret. You guys went to Virginia, and we forgot something for a couple of days.
Yes, we did, and it was Dad's fault. We had forgot to give him his reflux medicine.
And how did he do without getting it?
He did great.
And that was over a week ago, right?
That was over a week ago, and that's when we made the decision that it was time to stop with that medication, and he's done fine ever since.
So now we're rolling?
Yes.
Yeah, front to back.
We're rolling, and
we're scooting now too.
Yeah, we're scooting. We're
scooting.
Starting to try and crawl.
Good.
And he's like an entire different baby.
So you took pictures this past week or two. What was it?
We yesterday actually we
Uh-huh.
took pictures.
And how'd that go?
It went wonderful, and we actually got to take a picture of him in the grass on
Mhm.
his tummy.
Cool. Looking up, smiling, happy and thing. So have you done anything? I know we were talking about some OT, some PT, some osteopath. So far, nothing's really been done since we started.
We do craniosacral therapy.
Yep. You were doing that before as well.
Yes,
Okay.
and we do that. We are still trying to get into OT and PT,
Okay.
but there's a wait list
Right.
and all that.
But nothing else was different besides just
Nope.
getting them adjusted.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Would it be alright if we shared your story with others?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you guys have any recommendations for anybody with children that might have some challenges?
Definitely try chiropractic.
Or chiropractic. good
Bring
story.
them here.
Or any pediatric chiropractor, that would be fantastic. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You